I'm Mrs. Thompson and third grade teacher at Westlake, and we are welcoming Mr. Crosslin today to teach us about conservation of natural resources.
Hey, thanks for the introduction. So we're talking about natural resources, and we're going to talk about the natural resources you use, and we're also going to talk about some ways to save them. And then I'm going to show you some energy sources, okay? That's what we're going to do. So let's start by saying, what is a natural resource? What is a natural resource? Anybody? In fact, turn your worksheet over on the back and write this. And let's see if we can come up with a good definition of a natural resource. Anybody want to raise your hand and tell me? What do you think? Yes, sir. What is a natural resource? Not an example, but what is it? It's something that what? Yes.
Natural resource, for example, is water.
That is a good example. Water is one, but we need to define what it is first. Yes. What do you think a natural resource is?
A pencil.
That's an example, but it doesn't tell us what it is. Yes.
A natural resource is reusable.
It's something that can be reusable. In fact, here's what a natural resource is. It's something from the earth we need. That's pretty simple. Something from the earth we need. So, natural resources, you guys gave me some really good examples. Before we get a lot of examples, let's talk about two types. There's one type here and one type here. This type, we're going to call it things that you can reuse again and over again. Anybody know what it's called if you can make them new again? What are they called? Class?
Recycle.
Renewable. That means you can use them over again, right?
Yes.
What do you call something you can't use over again? What do you call it? Yes? Excellent, excellent. You have some great kids in here. Non-renewable. Non-renewable, all right? So now, some things from the earth we can use over and over again. I had some good examples of this. Let's think, what can you think of from your reading in your book? What are some things that are renewable that we can use over? Yes? Water. Water is filtered and used over again. We have something called the water cycle, where water evaporates up in the clouds, it condenses, it rains down as liquid, we can drink it, use it again, it evaporates. So water can be reused, renewable, recycled. Every time that you pour water down the drain or flush the toilet, that water goes back to the water treatment plant and is cleaned, filtered, so we can reuse it again. Hope that doesn't gross you out too much.
It does.
It does?
It does.
Well, it shouldn't, because we have really good water. That's why. What's another renewable? Yes. Yes.
Air.
Air is renewable. Air can be filtered and reused. Right, air. What else? Yes.
Paper.
Well, what does paper come from? She said paper.
Tree.
It comes from wood and from trees, right? So we can, trees, which we get wood and we get paper, and those things, but before a tree dies, what should you do to it so you can make it renewable? Yes, plant, save some seeds. What do you call a plant or an animal when the very last one dies and there's none left over again?
Extinct.
What is it?
Extinct.
Extinct. So long as it's not extinct, it can be renewable. And there's certain animals like that too. A lot of farm animals, for example, chickens and cows and pigs, they can be renewed as long as they don't become extinct. Now there's one big one that we're missing. We see it almost every day. We don't see it at night.
The sun.
The The sun. Solar or the sun. So I'm going to write sun and solar. Let me give you a chance to get caught up on this. So you said one more thing that we forgot over here, which is wind. Wind. Now, I have here in Indiana, we have a lot of these that are built. This is, I like to call it a wind turbine. If you've ever been up by Chicago, you might have seen these before. Yes.
In Fort Wayne, there are two.
On your way to Fort Wayne, you've seen them. I've seen some in Indianapolis. We like to put these where there's a lot of wind. Duh. It's a wind turbine. Look what happens. When the wind blows, this will spin. If the wind's coming from this direction, you can turn it and catch the wind there. Now, scientists have found out that the higher you go, the stronger the winds are. So that's why you don't have these way down here in the ground. They're high up. If the wind gets too like a big storm, they turn these so that they won't spin because you don't want them spinning so much that they're destroyed. But what's the problem with this natural resource? What happens eventually if there's no wind?
It stops.
It stops. So this is a way to generate electricity. Up inside of here is a giant magnet, gears, and wires. And when it spins, it produces or transfers electricity from wind to electricity. Now someone said wood. So I have right here a piece of wood. This we can burn, and if we burn this, it gets hot. And we can cook from it. We can warm our house. We can even burn it and use it as a torch. Now, why is this renewable? Yes? Well, because we can save some of the seeds and replant it, right? This can be chopped up and made into paper. And we can put the paper and chop it back and make more paper. Next time you go in the restroom and you pull down a paper towel, what color is it?
Brown.
Brown. That usually means it's recycled. May I see your piece of brown recycled paper right there?
Yes.
So usually when you see brown paper, it's been recycled paper and wood because it takes a lot of chemicals to make white. So do you really have to have a white paper towel? No. Brown works good. Recycled, renewable, as long as you keep planting them. All right? Good. Let's look at another type of energy, which is called non-renewable. All right, so we talked about renewable, and I had a good question. Someone said, but when you burn wood, it turns to ash and smoke and to heat. Why is that renewable? Well, it's renewable because you can get more wood. There's always wood if you plant trees. But these next three things, once they're gone, they're gone. Anybody tell me a non-renewable energy that once it's gone, it's gone? Yes. Coal. C-O-A-L. Excellent choice. What else? Yes.
Oil.
Oil. O-I-L. Oil. Now, and another one? Yes.
Oh, gas.
What kind of gas? Natural, right? You guys are very well prepared. Very well prepared. I love it. Natural gas. Let's just look at these three non-renewable things. Okay? First of all, natural gas. How many people this morning or when you go home, turn on your stove and up comes a blue flame? That is natural gas. When it's gone, there's no more. Natural gas was formed a long time ago, deep underground, and is saved in pockets. It kind of looks like this. Here is the dirt, and right about here is like a bubble trapped underground of gas. Now it might be in some side of the rocks. Geologists find it. They drill up, make a big tower, drill a hole down to it, and then they send it in pipes to your house.
That's cool.
It's very cool, or very hot. Don't touch it, it's hot. Natural gas was formed from dead plants
Cool.
and animals long ago. I know. But you know what? It burns pretty clean. When you burn it, there's a little bit of smoke, a little bit of pollution, a lot of heat. Burning natural gas, we heat our house. Most of you probably have a furnace in your house.
Yeah.
And you have a stove that's natural gas. Here's the problem. This was formed MYA. You know what MYA stands for?
No.
Millions years ago. MYA. I'm going to put MYA over here. MYA. What does MYA stand for?
Million years ago.
Yeah, and so it was not easy to make. It was made by nature. Here's some layers of rock. If there's some layers of rock and people are up here, where is the old layers and where are the new layers?
The old layers are on the bottom.
What's on top?
The new.
The new's on top and the old is here. Where's the real old?
That's the bottom.
Very old. So if you find gas deep down here and you know it's millions of years old, is it going to form easy?
No.
Very special. So when it's gone,
It's
it's gone. You dig down, there's no more down here. There might be some more over there, but when it's gone, it's gone. We have natural gas in Indiana. There was so much of it was found that about 100 years ago, they named a city Gas City. In fact, it was so, they thought there was so much of it that they built all these factories to make glass. Because to make glass, you have to melt sand, another natural resource. So they thought, you know what? We're going to be the glass capital of the United States. So they built all these factories. They drilled down to get the gas. They started making jars, a place called Ball Jars. They made jars, made all these things, and guess what? It ran out. They didn't realize, they thought they had a lot of gas, and it ran out. And so today, well, I hate to say it, but Gas City is running out of gas. Literally, that was natural gas. So that's true. There's natural gas. What's another one we could talk about? Oil. I got to tell you about oil. Your mom and dad know a lot about oil. I bought some oil last night for my car. My car uses gasoline, which comes from oil. Your bus uses diesel fuel, which comes from oil. My shoes, the bottom of my shoes is plastic. Plastic comes from oil. This oil. This marker. Oil. Your glasses, your rims of your glasses, man. Oil. Oil is kind of different. Oil is the same way right here. Oil is formed deep underground the same way as gas. And so when they find oil, they put up a rig, a derrick, they drill down and get the oil out of the ground. Yes?
If oil is not renewable, why is glass made out of oil?
Why is plastic made out of it? Well, we have found that when they first discovered oil in the ground, they called it petroleum. That's a cool word. You want to write that word? Petro, P-E-T-R-O, petroleum. That comes from two words. Petro means rock, and oleum means oil. Oil from rock. Now, who knew it was first discovered in Pennsylvania that they found this black stuff coming out of the ground? It was all gooey. They thought, what is this for? Tar is a type of it. Asphalt's a type of it. Anybody ever put Vaseline on your hands?
Yes.
That comes from petroleum, Vaseline,
I have.
and kerosene and gasoline for your car and jet fuel. All that comes from oil. But oil, is that renewable or non-renewable?
Non-renewable.
And so what does that mean about this oil one of these days?
It's going to be gone.
We're going to run out of it. It takes MYA. What does that stand for?
Million years ago.
Yeah, this is not going to be new. We can't make new. Your parents and I bought gas last night, and it cost me $1.86 for 1 gallon. About 4 or 5 years ago, it was like $5 a gallon. When I was a kid, it was like 60 cents a gallon. The
That's
price,
pretty cheap.
yes, and when it was cheap, we used a lot of it. And when it was expensive, we used less. So I'm going to ask you some ways that,
So they won't give you excuse.
well, it's already gone. When the oil's gone, now there's a lot of it left. I'm not saying it's going to run out tomorrow. There's a lot of it left, but they're not making any more of it. So we have natural gas, millions of years ago. We have oil, which is called petroleum, millions of years ago. What does that leave? Coal, and I have some. Here. This coal comes from Indiana. I got a bag of coal. This is real coal. Now, it is pretty, but it also, I'll need you guys to help me with this. Here's my question. Here's my question. This, it's like 5 things you might want to remember. First of all, it's coal. It's non-renewable. It was made MYA, millions of years ago. And finally, it's also a fossil fuel. You know what that means? Look carefully. That is a tree. That's what's left of a tree. This used to be a tree. That's a great question. Here's the most important about this. It burns. It's a rock that burns.
It's
It's not igneous. Igneous means it's made from fire. This one is a sedimentary rock made from dead trees. It's called coal. Let's take a closer look at it. Okay, so here's the story of coal in like one quick drawing. Ready? Coal. Okay, coal is a non-renewable sedimentary rock, millions of years old, used to be swamp, and it can burn. So we had the sun. The sun was shining down,
You're drawing this, everybody.
and here was some layers of rock, and there was this really strange looking swamp. The trees looked really weird. Those trees are extinct. We don't have trees like this anymore. They were a special type of tree. Their bark almost looked like weird designed skin. So here's this really strange swamp. And I'm going to write MYA. What does it stand for? Okay, so this swamp grew and grew and grew. There were big bugs in this swamp, cockroaches this big, dragonflies that were 6 feet long. It was really hot. It was a very interesting place, hot and wet. Now what? This is the very old down here, right? Now, the climate changed. All this stuff died and got squeezed. This is the coal, right? It got squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. That's how it turned into a rock. You understand that?
Yeah.
Sun, swamp, rock. Got that? Should I write it? Sun, swamp. Ready? Rock. Sedimentary rock. You guys studied sedimentary rocks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so sedimentary rocks are made from sediments. All right, so now it gets buried more, buried more, buried more, buried more. Where's the new stuff at? Okay, so this is today. Nice house. We live up here. In Indiana, deep underground, is some coal. So now we come along and we think, hey, I hear there's coal in Indiana, so we're going to dig away all this dirt. We have giant bulldozers. Yeah, they have to move the houses, they have to move the forests, they have to move the farms, they have to move the lakes, they move the rivers, they pile it up in a giant pile. But now we get back to the coal. You think that's terrible?
Yes. Because they have to take away everything.
They do.
Animal habitat.
Yeah, all the animal habitat, I know. But wait. You get coal.
You do need it.
It is not, but we need it.
We need it for fire.
Wait a minute, why do we need coal? Well, let's find out. So they dig it down. You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Then they put it on a train, and they move it back to Indianapolis. Here. Now they got all these train cars filled with coal. Hundreds of them, thousands of them. What do they do with it in Indianapolis? Why do we have all this coal in Indianapolis? Bring me that. Here it is right here. What do they do with the coal next? I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. What I want you to know is what it does. You know what they do with it next?
No.
They crush it. First we crush it into powder. Okay? Into powder. And then we put it in a big furnace. And we light it on fire. We need air. You know there's a university that's really famous for making boilers. Anybody know that university that makes boilers? What is it?
I know.
Purdue makes boilers. So to boil something, we need coal. So we're going to burn coal. Now we bring in water from the White River, and we're going to boil the water. Here's all my water pipes. Here comes the water. And guess what we make when we boil it? Nope. You burn coal, you boil water, and it goes steam. We make steam. And the steam comes out the top. Steam. And some pollution. Wait a minute, you said no, right? You guys said don't destroy the land. Don't make pollution. Well, I should do it in an abandoned place, she says. We should do it in an abandoned place.
Yeah.
Why?
Where there are no animals. Where there are no animals.
But that's where the coal is. We got to dig it out there.
What?
Coal's not everywhere. You have to go where the coal is.
What if they make it abandoned?
What do you think? Yes, sir.
Well, trees, you're really supposed to cut them down because, like you said, that like you're trying to find those parts. Then you're supposed to really move stuff.
So you're supposed to renew them, but here you have to strip all this dirt away, right? But there's one thing I've left out, kids. Check it out. Your teachers probably know this. Here's what we do in Indianapolis. Check this out. In Indianapolis, we take that coal that it takes a lot of effort to get it out of the ground. We send it to Indianapolis, we crush it, we burn it, we bring in water from the White River, we make steam, and that steam turns a crank, and that's how we generate electricity. See this light right here? Wait a minute, is it good or is it bad? But here's the deal, it falls between both because, look, I get tired. I can't do this all day, but this morning when you woke up, you flipped the switch and what came on? That's because of coal millions of years ago, crushed, burned, boiled. What happens if we run out of coal?
We have no rice.
What happens when we run out of water?
We have no water.
So here's a problem. Here's a big problem. Burning coal causes pollution and steam. And it's non-renewable. When the coal's gone, it's gone. So, I can only do this so long and I get hungry and tired. I mean, at your house, right now, turbines are spinning all the time and you have to pay for it. It costs money to spin this. Your mom and dad pay for that. The bills, bills, that's money. Cable bill, water bill, gas bill, electric bill. There's taxes. All that money goes to dig this stuff up, to make the wires. So what are you going to do? I tell you what, let's take a closer look at it, all right? You guys turn your worksheet over, and there's a list of renewable and non-renewable. You have 1 minute to find examples of renewable and non-renewable.
They're flip-flops, guys. It's okay.
All right, so on your worksheet, we're going to think about the last 24 hours, the resources you've used. We're going to try to divide it. Think about yesterday morning when you got up out of bed. First of all, you were in your bedroom. Was your room warm or warm? So you had a warm bedroom.
Yeah, mine's warm.
Okay?
Very warm.
Where was that at?
In my bedroom.
It was at home, right? Home. And that warm bedroom was warm because of your furnace. You have a furnace?
Yeah.
A heater, a furnace. So, was that renewable or non-renewable, your furnace? It was non-renewable, right?
Because it's from
It's from gas, coal, right? Now, you got out of bed. Did anybody flip the light switches on?
I had a
Okay, so you had lights in your bedroom, right? Where was that, home or school?
Oh.
Both. Because you sleep in school.
No.
Don't answer that. So was that a renewable or non-renewable? Non-renewable. Now, if anybody has solar panels or a wind turbine, let me know because you guys could check renewable. All right, so did you walk after you got out of bed?
Yeah.
You probably went to the bathroom and did you use the bathroom?
Yes.
And that was water when you flushed. Where was that at? Hopefully it was at home, right? Not in the backyard. Home. Now water. Water, is that renewable or non-renewable? Renewable. It went down the drain, back to the water company, where they cleaned it. We drink it. Yes. I'm sorry you guys didn't know that. Let me be the first to tell you. Excuse me. The next time you drink water, that water has been recycled so many times. May I see your water, please? That bottle. Tanisha, throw me that here. Throw it in.
Fire!
This water has, now it's liquid. It came from a factory, but they got it from the ground. And it came from the clouds. It's been recycled. This water has probably been in an iceberg. This water has probably been in the ocean. This water has probably been inside of a dinosaur at one time. That's okay. Wait a minute, wait. Do me a favor, everybody. Here, do me a favor. I'm going to go like this, right? I want you guys to go. On the count of 3, I'm going to blow some water vapor out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Now you have water from inside of my lungs. Hey, water. It's water. It's been recycled. One time, a T-Rex probably drank this. But now, Tanisha, you can finish drinking it. Okay. If you thought that was bad, next, I hope you got a toothbrush and you brushed your teeth. Brush teeth, and I hope you use water. I hope you use some of that recycled dinosaur. Water, is that renewable or not renewable? Renewable. Now, how is a way that we could save, let's talk about conservation. How could you save some of these resources? What could you do to make your bedroom safe? Yes.
You can turn your light off.
You could turn your light off in the bedroom. You could put more blankets on your bed. Turn down the... What'd you do? What could you do?
When you're brushing your teeth.
When you're brushing your teeth, what could you do to conserve water?
Stop the water when you're
Oh, I know. I watch, when I turn on the water, I turn on the water, get my toothbrush wet, I turn the water off, brush my teeth. No, but what I don't do is waste the water. Who knows someone in your house that lets the water run around? You can save money. You can save. Here we go. Okay, you go to the kitchen. You get food. Food in the kitchen, natural resource. It's at home. Tell me, is that
Man, Worksheet.
Renewable or non-renewable? Depends on what you eat, right?
Yeah.
Did anybody have cereal? Cereal is a plant. They save the seeds. My friend here, Miss Simmons, her father was a farmer. They raised hogs, corn, soybeans. So if you had bacon, pork chops, renewable. Food, renewable. You had to, from home, you had to get to school. So did you come by, you write what you were, did you walk? Did you ride a bike? Did you ride a car or a bus? If you came by bus, that is diesel fuel. Diesel fuel, that is outside, is diesel fuel from oil. That's from oil, so what should it be? Renewable or non-renewable? Non-renewable. If you come by car, who came by car? Car is by gas, and that is from oil, so that is non-renewable. Oh, hey, wait a minute. One day, I bet one day some of you guys go to school, buy an electric car. But if you go by electric car, what if they make electricity by burning coal? If they make electricity by solar power, that would be the best. Or wind power. Or battery. Okay, so you get to school. Let's look around the room here. Oh boy. Let me see. I see a LCD projector uses electricity. I see these lights. I see a heater. I see a phone. I see a computer.
The board.
Oh, yeah.
Computers.
Wait a minute. The computer. So I want you to finish this on your own. It's good to look at how we use our natural resources. Oh, I got one more. When you look outside, the school is made from bricks. The road is made from concrete. The blacktop is made from asphalt, or we call it blacktop. So that's our playground. This is our roads. And this is our school. Some of these are renewable, some are not. I'm going to let you finish that. Let's take a look at one more thing. Okay, we're going to do a little activity. I'm not trying to say coal is good or bad, because you got to know the difference about it. So I have one of your teachers is going to be coal. All things are good about it, Miss Watson. And the other teacher is going to be bad. All the thing that's bad about coal, Miss Thompson, anti-coal. Here's what I want you to do. On the count of 3, quietly, leave your stuff here. Go join. If you don't know, stay in the middle with me. Either if you think coal's bad, go here. If you think coal's good, go here. If you don't know, stay here. Go ahead, go.
I'm sorry, Miss Thompson.
Okay, we divided the class into 3 groups. I have some kids that are undecided with me. We have pro coal, we have anti-coal. We're going to take 1 minute to discuss in our groups, and then we're going to report back to you. Okay, now we had some time to discuss it. Let's start with Ms. Watson. What do you think? What did your kids think?
My kids think that coal is good for heat, electricity, having light, making a fire, and keeping your house warm.
And you guys all agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so Ms. Thompson, you guys were against coal. Why?
We said that it ruins the environment, it takes away habitats from animals and people, and it also creates air pollution when we turn it into steam.
Okay, very nice. Now my group were undecided. What did you think? And you thought yes and no. Tell us why.
I think it's yes because we need coal to make our houses warm and use electricity, but no because we destroy habitats and homes.
And what do you think?
I said no because coal makes the air stinky, and I said yes because it gives us electricity and it warms our homes.
Anybody else? Oh yes. And you said finally?
Dad, coal is good like when it's winter and we didn't have coal, we'll freeze to death.
So if we did have coal, we will like get warm. So that's what I like about coal. But what I don't like about coal, that when you make all that steam, you're killing animals. And if you kill all the animals, you won't have any food except for vegetarians.
Huh. Very interesting. So exercise we did. There's a lot more to learn about it. See, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I want you to know all about it so you can make a better decision. I'll tell you one thing I do know, whether you're for it or against it, there's ways to save and conserve energy. Conserve energy means to save it, to protect it, to guard it, or to use it wisely. But just for fun, I might like to show you a way that we can waste a little energy, but for a good cause. You want to waste a little bit of energy?
No.
Check this out. Okay, so this is a generator. A guy by the name of Michael Faraday discovered that if you have a magnet and you can put wires inside of it, and if you turn it, you can generate electricity. Now that's transferring it from one to the next. Now, the thing about this is we got to find ways to make this spin. This is the appliance. So if I take that out, now it's real easy to spin because there's nothing taking electricity. Okay? So all about transferring energy is finding a way to spin this. So just so you know it's true, would you put one finger right there? Trust me. Put it on this one right here. Are you ready? Should she get all electricity or just some of it?
So.
Here we go. Ready?
I think you love me.
3. We love. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wait a minute. I see. Okay, electric circuit. We generate it. It comes out one wire. It has to go back. What should she do? Oh, the other finger should go here. So can you reach one? Okay. Are you ready? Now, we want a good conductor. So if you moisten your fingers.
Really?
Yeah, the salt is a good conductor. Are we ready? Don't say bad words.
Okay.
This is how you generate electricity. And let's see if this is working. Let us know, Mrs. Thompson. Look at me. Look at the camera and smile. 1, 2, 3. Did it work? Let's get it. Yeah. There was another teacher in the room laughing very loudly.
I know. I think she's volunteering
Okay,
right
no.
on.
Miss Watson, quiet please. Quiet please. Miss Watson, this one won't be half as bad. Come on, you want to try?
Yeah.
Come on. And this time, just one finger right here.
Mac and cheese.
And,
Everybody breathe.
and Miss Thompson, let's get you involved too. Would you put your other finger on the other hand? Can you reach it in? Now, this should not be a problem because, oh, you know what? We have to complete the circuit. Would you guys hold hands? Can you do that? Here we go. Ready? No bad words. 1, 2, 3. Let's give a round of applause, guys. I'll tell you.
How are you doing?
We've had a lot of fun with natural resources, and sometimes it's kind of hard to generate electricity, but it's a lot easier to conserve it. Hey, thanks, guys. You've been awesome. Turn the water off. Turn the switches off. Save it. Because remember, it took an MYA time ago. What is that? See you later.